for Dark Girl Chronicles. Hello. I am up for the day. Probably gonna do some things around the house before I go to work. Because I have to work today, even though today is the federal holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. Which is awesome. It's awesome. You guys know how I feel about that. So I did a video last year for the federal holiday and for his birthday. But I am super excited. I'm glad that there's a holiday today for that because it's needed. It's quite necessary, and I will not be abbreviating his name in any headlines from here on out. I have about a month left for work, so hopefully I won't run into that problem with abbreviating his name in headlines. I just prefer that people say King and be done with it. Like, just don't abbreviate it. Like, the man is more than abbreviation. And what is up with all these places having MLK Day sales? Seriously? That man did not go through the bullshit he went through, and he didn't die for some old bullshit like some store having some raggedy ass damn sale for a day. That's some bullshit. Seriously. That's some serious bullshit. The man did not go through that for that. Like, stop it, people. I'm about to start boycotting places that are like, oh, let's have a Martin Luther King Jr. weekend sale. Like, seriously? You're going to associate a man who preached nonviolence and turning the other cheek with having a damn clothing sale? Really? Oh, God, that's so dumb. That's not what he stood for. That's not, and you besmirching this man's memory with this bullshit. Like, it really pisses me off. It really pisses me off. Anyway, so, yeah, I gotta get up and do some stuff before I go to work. I still haven't started packing yet. And I gotta go buy, like, giant lawn and garden bags so that I might pack up some of my stuff and take it with me when I go to Columbia in a couple of days. So I gotta go do all that before I go to work, but I don't know. I just am so lethargic and I just don't feel like doing much of anything. Oh, and you see, this is what's called no filter, because I'm not wearing makeup right now. I am not wearing makeup right now at all. I actually just got up maybe about an hour ago, so I did have enough presence of mind to put my hair on before I decided I was gonna start recording, though. I also just to give an update about my illness and all. I am not 100%, but I am feeling much, much better. I'm probably at about 90-95% better now. I still have to keep taking my medication until Friday because they recommend and they tell you, even though you may be feeling better, to completely clear up the infection, you have to take your medication the entire time. Like, you have to do the full course of medication. I had 20 pills, which means 10 days of twice a day, or every 12 hours, I should say. I really should say every 12 hours. Every 12 hours taking medication. So, like, that's 20 pills, so I'd have to take it twice. Yeah, that's 10 days. So, I'm on day number 6, I think. I think this is day number 6. But I am feeling about 1,000% better than I was, because let me tell y'all something. There is nothing worse in the world than knowing you have to pee and you don't want to go pee. When you wake up and you realize, oh crap, I gotta go pee, and then you sit down and it hurts to pee. There is nothing worse in the world than that. And apparently, human females and cats, both genders of cats, have this problem. So it's more prevalent in human females and cats than any other group of people. Human males can get it, but you get it from having sex with someone who is going through that. Because then the bacteria is like, hey, let's go jump over to this new host. That would be wonderful. Let's go multiply. So while you're trying to multiply, it's multiplying. Yeah, that's not pleasant either. So, from what I've been told for men, but it's more prevalent in women. And I was also told that when I first had one, maybe the second time I had one, by the second time that I had one, I was married, and I went to a gynecologist, and the first question he asked me was, you said you just got married. How long have you been married? And I was like, a month. And he was like, yeah. Apparently, women folk have that problem because you're screwing like jackrabbits. So, when you first get married, you're probably still screwing like jackrabbits. So, yeah. You're more at risk to develop it. And it's not really anything. I mean, there's things you can do to prevent it. And I did it for years. I mean, I prevented them for years, but I just have issues right now. I am, in fact, probably screwing like jackrabbits. So, not really, though. Not really. Not as much as you would think one would be doing that. And being in a semi-new relationship, not really. Not to get all into my sex life, but yeah, it's not as much as you would think. So, yeah, no, I remember it being, I just remember that the gynecologist told me that, and I remembered that afterward, and I was like, yeah. Don't really want to do that 15 million times and hurt myself. Not too much else going on. God, my skin is terrible right now. I've been drinking a lot of water, so my skin has been significantly better. And I've started introducing juice back into the equation. I can't have soda and or carbonated things until I finish my stuff, probably. I'm pretty certain, because I remember what that edict was like before, where I was told, no soda and carbonation. But I remember the doctor, when I went this last time, the doctor was like, yeah, no carbonation for a while. I was like, yeah, I already knew that part. I just forgot to ask when it would probably be safe for me to have it. Probably when I finish my medication. And I'm in the free and clear. So, probably another week from now, I will be able to have a Coca-Cola again, because, oh my God, I feel like I need a Coca-Cola really bad. I am going through withdrawal. The Coca-Cola company, let me tell y'all something. Coca-Cola should probably sponsor me for things, because I sure as hell drink enough of their product that I have this problem right now. It's a wonder my kidneys are in good shape. That was also something that the doctor asked when I went the last time. When I went and got this prescription for this stuff, he asked me if I had any problems with like kidney stones and that sort of thing. And I was like, no, thank God. That's painful. From what I know, that's extremely painful. And it is not good at all. So, yeah. I was well aware that if I had kidney stones, I would have had a problem there. But no, I'm okay now. I'm getting better. I'm probably gonna work on some GI stuff and probably get ready for work. God, my skin is just this up here though. What is going on? I am super concerned about my skin right now. Whoa. I am so terrible. I dropped the freaking camera. Oh, I'm terrible. What is the matter with me? I'm sorry, y'all. That was slight technical difficulty again from dropping the camera. But I might have to edit that out. I might have to edit that out. I'm not sure. Y'all see me. Like when I say there's no filter here, no filter. But yeah, I'm super excited. February is getting here, which means I'll have, once February 1st hits, I have 20 days left before I quit my job. And then another, 28 days, before I move, which I'll be super excited to move. Let me tell y'all, I live around some of the most ghetto people in the world. This is why people don't give you things. This is why people don't give you things. Because you don't know how to act. And when you get good things, you don't know what to do with it. And you don't know to do better with it. So, the parking situation in my apartment complex parking lot is pretty terrible. Now, there's more than enough parking. There's ample parking for people who live in my apartment complex. Okay, there's ample parking. There's no reason that you should be parking sideways. Okay, they're like diagonal spaces going like, if you can see this, like going this way. Say they're going like this way in front of my face. Okay, there are people who are parking sideways across said parking spaces like this. Okay, now just imagine that my face is the apartment building across from mine. Okay. I can't really describe it very well, but say there's like I'm facing my face is the front face of my neighbor's building, all right? They will park where one eye is facing the building, and they will park next to that car. They're double parking. Like there's one parking space and then they're like parking when somebody will park in the space and then somebody will park behind them. So they block the front of my building. They block up the front of my building. They live in this building, okay? But they block up the front of my building. So say I want to come pull in and put, I want to come in and like park in front of my door for 5 minutes and drop off like groceries or something before I move my car. I can't do that if they're parked there, double parked. It's so stupid. And then, they get even worse. They'll take the first 2 parking spaces in front of the building, okay? Then they'll take the first 2 parking spaces, which is fine. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't care about that. But don't damn double park in each parking space. That's some stupid ass shit. Like, seriously? No. Like, don't do that. So, and I've complained. I've complained to my apartment complex owner, who, by the way, is sitting up here. This is what gets me. He's sitting up here bitching and moaning about me not having my ex-husband off the leash, but you ain't gonna come out here and do something about the goddamn parking situation that looks stupid. Like, seriously, dude, you got more important shit you need to be worried about, because they just get ridiculous on the weekends. They just get absolutely ridiculous. And it's keeping my apartment complex from being able to rent out the damn apartment. They can't have people come over and look at it or do anything with it. Like, because people are parking stupidly out there. And it's the same set of people who live in the same apartment. It's like 6 damn people living in this fucking apartment, okay? You know what? I'm not even going... I'm not even going to get into the stereotype that they're already playing up, but suffice to say, they are of Hispanic descent. There are like 6 or 7 people living in this one apartment, and these motherfuckers decide they want to park stupidly because they don't know how to do anything with something decent. They don't know how. They ain't never had nothing nice. And this is what gets me also. They have this little junk ass raggedy car that sits out in front of in the 2 parking spaces where they're parking sideways and shit. It's a junk ass raggedy piece of shit that, like, it looked like it's gonna fall apart if somebody blow on it hard enough, okay? So they parking this shit sideways. And then they leave it parked there for like days at a time. They do not move this car for days at a time. And I'm like, are you serious? Really? Come on now. Don't be ghetto. Don't be ghetto. And then it's the same people. It is also the same people who play their music really loud at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I have been woken up by the sound of music in Spanish. Okay, so they may or may not be Mexican. I don't know what place they are from. I don't know what place they're from, and I'm not going to speculate. But it ain't English that the people are singing in, okay? Even I know that it's not English. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% certain that it is in fact Spanish because I took Spanish in high school, and I retained quite a bit of what I learned. So when I can pick out words and sentences in your song lyrics, it's probably either English, Spanish, or French, and it ain't French, okay? I've seen what the people look like. They are of Hispanic descent. So, I'm like, why you got to play your music that goddamn loud? Seriously? My walls are already super thin. Okay. So just to give you an example, I'm sitting in my bedroom recording this. My neighbor next door probably can hear every word I'm saying if they were standing at their wall, that our common wall that I share. Okay. When people play their music in the parking lot, it sounds like they are in my living room. Okay? So, when you have stupid asses come down here and play music right at the foot of at my front door, it sounds like they are literally in my bedroom with a car playing music. These dumb fucks, however, decide they want to play music at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they are blasting it. Blasting it. It ain't like they just in their car and they got the music on and they listening to it. No, they are blasting music at sometimes 9 o'clock, sometimes 8 o'clock. Just depends on the season. Because if it's warm outside, they're going to be outside playing music. And then they play it late at night. And I'm like, are you serious? But you want to yell at me because I failed to take someone off my lease who left. Right. Okay. So, you can see why I am excited to move. Well, of course, the parking situation ain't gonna get much better because when I move back home, my neighbors next door on the right side of me apparently are some of the dumbest people on the face of the earth. They have a big ass fucking driveway. I don't understand what's going on with people in parking. Like, I don't get this shit. It works on my nerves. They have a fucking driveway next to their house. Okay, they have an actual driveway. I know this because the guy who used to own said house is renting it out. I have lived there for 20-something years, okay? I lived there for 20 years. And then a total of 20 years, okay? I lived there from the time I was like 4 until I was 12. So that's 8 years right there. Then we moved back when I was 17. And I lived there for another 4 or 5 years. Yeah, because I moved out on my own. I was 23. I left home when I was 22, 23. So that's another 6 years. That's 14 years. So, and then I have lived there since. I have lived there at least 2 years. So that's like 16 years. So I've lived there basically 15 years. 15 to 20 years. Okay. This is the house I grew up in, and it will be my house when my mother passes away. So, the guy who used to own the house, and he still owns it, he just rents it out, had a driveway made, okay? And he used to park in the back of he parked around the back of his house, okay? So I know that the man has a driveway, and I know he's told them, use the driveway. No, these dumb fucks like to park in front of the house. They like to park because we're in a circle. I have to explain this. The short version is, where my house is in a circle. We are at the top of said circle, okay? My neighbor is like diagonal to the right of me. If you're standing facing, there used to be a tree in said circle as well. If you were standing facing the tree, my neighbor would be to the left of me. The stupid neighbors would be to the left of me. My other neighbors are to the right of me, and that guy's really nice. And he has visitors and things, but they're pretty good about not parking and blocking people's houses and things. It's the people on the damn left that don't know how to act. Because, let me tell you, there's another stereotype. But when he rents out his house, it's Section 8 housing. Of course, they don't know nothing about nothing. They ain't never had nothing nice. So they don't know what a driveway is for. Okay? They ain't never had a driveway. So they don't know what that shit's for. Okay? So, we don't have a driveway. At the house, we don't have a driveway. We have a front area in front of our house that spans from one end of the yard to the other end of the yard. Okay? The yard is split by a fence. And there's a front part for the fence. We park in front of the fence. And we park going forward. We park perpendicular to the fence because we have no driveway. Otherwise, we can't park in front of our house. Okay? So these stupid, dumbass fucks that live next door on the left side decide when they have company can come park in front of our house. And I'm like, you dumbasses, you have a driveway. Use that shit. Do not have your company come and park in front of my house. Because what's going to happen is, I'm going to have a sign put up there that says, do not park here unless you live here. Towing enforced. And I will have your shit towed. Okay? Don't play with me. I will have your shit towed. I will not hesitate to do it. I can't stand this shit. Like, seriously. And they do it on purpose because they want somebody to come over there and say something to them. And I have gone over there. At Christmas time, I kept having to go over there and tell them, move your goddamn car. You're parking in my parking space. And you're parked in front of someone else's house. Do not do that shit. And so, I see we also going to have a barrier put up there too. That's what we also going to have to do. We're going to have to put a barrier up there on our property line where the property line separates the houses because apparently they don't understand that that's not community parking. But I don't get it. Their driveway is just sitting up there just is empty and open. And I'm like, you have a driveway. Use it. Do not park in front of my house. I will not be nice about it. Because you have been told multiple times, do not do it. Like, but these bitches want to try me, and they don't know. Diva is not above having motherfuckers towed. I will not hesitate to tow a motherfucker and make you pay for it. You're going to be towing enforced at owner's expense is what's going to happen. So, I don't understand. Oh, and then, like, what makes it so bad is the other day, apparently, according to my mom, apparently, these dumb fucks had somebody parked down on the other end of our yard next to the mailbox. And I'm like, what in the hell? This is not community parking. What in the hell? No. Do not do that shit. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, and if people park in front of our mailbox, we don't get mail because the mailman's too lazy to get his ass out of the truck, walk 2 steps, and put mail in the box. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I will be like, what the hell? So whenever Brandon comes over to visit me, it's always some bullshitting because he has no place to park. because I have a car when I'm there. My mom has her car. My dad has his car. So there's 3 cars parked out there in front of this house. And I think at best we can fit 4, maybe. We can get like 4 in there. So, of course, Brendan parks his SUV at the craziest damn angle and shit. I'm like, what in the hell? Just park sideways behind us. Just park sideways behind us because you're going to hit the fucking mailbox. And he probably did hit the mailbox at least once. Before we were dating. I think he hit the mailbox. But yeah, it's parking situation is just stupid here and at home. So I'm probably going to have to do something about that. I am going to have to do something about it. Also, hilariously, I got to drive his car again. I don't go around driving other people's cars. I don't feel comfortable driving other people's cars. And I don't like other people driving my car. But I executed girlfriend privilege because it was pretty late. And he was tired. And I was like, well, I will just drive us home. So I drove us home. And I drove our friend home too. But I was driving his truck. God, I hate that car. He has a Jeep Compass and it's terrible. It is a terrible car. I hate that car. It's not mine, so I don't say anything when I'm in it because it's not my car. But he seems to, I mean, it's cute. It's cute on the outside, but it's an SUV. And I'm like, why do you have an SUV? For fuck's sake, what do you need an SUV for? Are you overcompensating? Yeah, you're overcompensating. Because I always wondered why exactly he had an SUV and what exactly he was trying to prove. And then I discovered what he was trying to prove. So, and I'm like, and he's like, well, I could have got a Hummer. I don't know. I was thinking about getting a Hummer and then I decided against it. And I'm like, first of all, motherfucker, you're not getting a Hummer. Let's just stop that right there. Right there. Like, you don't have to impress me. Like, your car doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me at all. Let me just tell you. I don't care about what kind of car you drive. So long as you have a job to pay for said car and insurance, that's all I care about. So he got this, I don't know, he has this thing about this Jeep Compass that I'm just like, what is it with you and Jeeps, dude? Let that Jeep Compass go, because this car is some shit. Like, it drives horribly. I hate it. It's like driving a tank. Like, oh, it was terrible. And it was raining. And that car does not have the best performance when it's raining. Ugh, God, it was awful. It was like steering a tank. Like, and then it has no get up and go. It has no get up and go. I felt like it was going to stall on me. Like, when I pressed the gas pedal and I'm like, okay, let's go. I felt like the car was going to stall out on me. That's how bad it was. And, I mean, the steering's okay, but I just was like, where's the pickup here? Like, and this is supposed to be an SUV. I mean, can we go a little faster here? Seriously? Oh, like, I don't know. But yeah, he's completely overcompensating for some things. And he feels like he has to have an SUV. Like, cause it's a status vehicle. And that's what I was trying to tell him with that Hummer. I'm like, maybe that's a status vehicle. You don't need a status vehicle. Like, what do you need one for? Just get something that's affordable and you can make the payments on it. Like, seriously? Come on, dude. So, I don't know. His dad paid off the car for him, as if you guys will recall, back in like September or October. I think it was like September. His dad paid off the car, and I'm like, this is what happens when you have money and you give your children a false sense of entitlement to money. Like, it's not that he has money, because he ain't got money. But it's like, oh, I'm I am this person's son, so I should have this kind of car. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Oh, stop it. So I'm just used to driving sedans and people's hand-me-down sedans. I have a sedan. I have a 2008 Kia Optima, and it's horrible. I had a 2005 Kia Optima, and then I went and traded it in 2009 for that 2008. And I did it so that my ex-husband would have a nice car to ride around in, something, decent and what I thought was reliable. And that car is terrible. It eats up gas. It doesn't do well in city driving at all. And, it's just, I don't like it. I really don't like it. So I think I'm going to get a Toyota. My next car, I'm going to get a Toyota. My mom had me hooked on Toyotas there for a long time. And, she doesn't have a Toyota now, but, I remember I wanted so bad a 94 Corolla when in like 93 or 94. We had one, and I wanted one, like, to drive, because I knew I was getting my driver's license. If I had had that car, I would have had that car, but there was an unfortunate incident with said car. Not with me, but with someone else in said car. And so we didn't have that car after, like, 96 or so. So, we wound up getting something else, and I wound up not getting my driver's license until I was in college. I would have gotten it when I was in high school had I really had another car to drive. My mom was going to give me, my aunt was going to give me her car, and I wound up getting it after she died. So that was my car, and I was in college. So I had reliable wheels at that point. But yeah, I decided that I was gonna just wait until I got a car. I had an available car before I got my driver's license. So that's why I didn't wind up getting my driver's license until I was 18. I was a freshman in college when I got it. But yeah, I'm used to driving sedans and all, so I think I'm gonna get a Toyota. I want to get a Corolla. I want to get a 2012 Corolla. I can't get anything new because my credit is fucked. And you know why my credit's fucked? Because my house went into foreclosure. You know why my house went into foreclosure? Because I bought a house for a man that didn't deserve it. And then he didn't want to help me with this shit, so I had to move to get a job. And guess what happened? I moved and got a job. But that meant leaving my house. So yeah, my credit is pretty much wrecked. Yeah. So no new car for me. I'm going to have to get something used. And I will probably get it. I don't know. I think I might get it. I have 18 months left to pay off my car. Actually, 17 months. I just made payment number 54. I have 72 payments to go. I have 72 payments overall. I just made payment 54. So I have like 17 left. And I'm looking forward to getting a new car. I'm thinking about maybe once I don't know, when my mom passes away with my life insurance, my share of the life insurance money, I will in addition to paying off all my debt, I will set aside some money so I can have some money down when I go to get a car. And hopefully I can get a job. Then if I got a job, then I would have money, definitely would have money to put toward getting a new car or getting something. I don't know. But I ain't getting no SUV, I can tell you that. I'm probably going to get a cute little hatchback or maybe that Corolla. I don't know. Alright, gals and guys. I'm getting up out of here. I'll see you guys later. And thanks for watching. I'll probably do some episodes later in the week. Maybe when I go to Colombia next week, I'll do an episode because I'll be home and I will see my peoples. I don't know. But thanks for watching me, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.